In this session, let us discuss about obesity, the predisposing factor for various degenerative diseases. In this session, let us discuss about two degenerative diseases. They are atherosclerosis and diabetes. Before discussing about them, let us have an overview about obesity. So obesity is discussed under the following headings, namely the etiology, types, pathophysiology and treatment. Now what is obesity? It is a generalized accumulation of excess fat in the body. How does this fat enter into a person's body? A person consumes his food more than his required dietary allowances or with a less physical activity. The calories or the energy stored tend to convert into fat and get deposited all over the body. In men, it is usually above the waistline. In women, it is usually below the waistline, and that is what is being depicted there. Now, how to assess that you are obese? It is simple by the biochemical method. It has got two methods. One is standard weight for standard height. You can take your height in centimeters. For example, if a person is 150 centimeters in height, subtract that with 100 and you will get 50 centimeters. A person's standard weight can range between 45 to 55. The second method is body mass index. Now what is body mass index? It is weight in kilogram by height in meter square. When you take your weight and height and calculate, you get an equivalent value, and that is being classified into four groups, namely underweight, ideal weight, overweight and obese. A person is said to be underweight when his value scores less than 18.5. When it ranges between 18.5 to 24, the person is said to be ideal weight or normal weight. When it is more than 25, the person is said to be overweight. And when it is above 30, the person is categorized as obese person. And even in obese, if the value is more than beyond 30, 35, there are three classes as grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3 obesity. Now, etiology of obesity. What are the causes for a person to become obese? There are two causes, namely dietary causes and non-dietary causes. The non-dietary causes include hereditary, medication, physiological, psychological factors, and even certain diseases like polycystic ovarian syndrome and other factors. Whereas the dietary causes include overeating, voracious eating, taking more of simple carbohydrates or dense calorie food. So that will lead to various types of obesity. There are namely 6 types of obesity. These are the factors that influence a person to deposit fat in certain areas of the body. For example, if a person is overeating, the fat accumulation is mainly in the trunk, between the neck to the abdomen. And due to if it is stress or anxiety, the fat deposits in the lower abdomen. Likewise, due to inactivity, gluten, atherogenic and venous, the fat deposits accumulates in various parts of the body. Now, pathophysiology of obesity. How a person becomes obese? It is a progressive disease, and the multiple biochemical or hormonal cyclic pathway will lead to more production of fat cells in the body. That will lead to formation of cytokines and large fat cells, which ultimately they die, and they will lead to various complications. Now what are those complications? The health risks of obesity include mainly the heart disease, gall disease, diabetes and even certain types of cancer. If obesity is in late pregnancy, the mothers tend to become a diabetic, and that will lead to various complications in pregnancy. And also respiratory problem like shortness of breath and knee pains in the joints. The degenerative diseases. This obesity will lead to mostly these common degenerative diseases, namely atherosclerosis and diabetes. They are discussed under the following headings. Now what is atherosclerosis? It is a cardiovascular disease mainly that affect the blood vessels and the heart. Especially if these affect the coronary artery disease, shortly called CAD, the blood supply to the heart is being affected. That will lead to angina or heart attack. Now there are so many other types of cardiovascular diseases, and they are being listed here. The most common are classified as congenital, rheumatic, hypertensive, ischemic, inflammatory and arrhythmia. It has been concluded that in every 3 women, 1 woman is affected with stroke. Now, how does this stroke evolve? So, deposition of lipid in the inner layer of the blood vessels, namely the tunica intima, that will lead to atherosclerosis, that is otherwise called as atheromatous lesion. Now, what happens? For example, if a person artery diameter is say 1 inch, due to this fat deposits, it tend to reduce to half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. So the heart is being pressurized to pump blood to various parts. This will later lead to deposition of triglycerides, cholesterol, and even RBC and WBC, and that will lead to formation of thrombosis. These clots go and block the blood vessels in certain parts, and that will lead to stroke. So this is a slide explaining the 3 layers of the capillaries, namely tunica adventitia, tunica media, and tunica intima. The fat deposits in the inner layer, forming a fatty streak that will later form a fibrous plate and will advance to a thick plate. Finally, the blood vessel gets narrowed down. Now this is the second slide showing fat deposits or atheromatous lesion in the coronary artery. The main role of coronary artery is to supply oxygen and blood to the heart for effective functioning. When this artery has atheromatous lesion, it will affect the functioning of the heart. So that will lead to so many symptoms. The common symptom is hypertension. So you have to have a check of your BP. If it is beyond 120/80, the person is advised to go for a medication and need to consult a doctor. The second one is angina pectoris, which means pain in the heart. So if there is fat deposits in the blood vessel or any strain for the heart, that will lead to pain in the heart. The third one is coronary occlusion, the plaque formation, and finally the myocardial infarction. Now, etiology. What are the causes for a person to become atherosclerotic? So there are 9 causes. The final cause is our obesity. The 8 factors are, the first one is hereditary. It is being such that person with blood group of AB are more susceptible to become atherosclerotic. The second one is hormone. In men, it is usually less than 45 years. In women, above 45 years, the women tend to become atherosclerotic because the ovarian hormones will not allow the fat deposits till they are 45, until they reach their menopause. The other 2 are diet and drinking water. If the diet is not balanced or planned well without fiber, that will lead to atheromatous lesions. The second one is drinking water. Person consuming hard water because of its magnesium content will not allow the fat to deposit in the blood vessels. And the next 2 factors are sedentary life and smoking. Less of physical activity, alcohol and smoking will lead to fat deposits. And next, occupational hazard. People living in an environment where there is more of carbon disulfide are more prone to become atherosclerotic. And finally, diabetes and hypertension will lead to atherosclerosis. Now, the second degenerative disease is diabetes. Now, what is diabetes? It is an ancient disease with chronic metabolic disorder. It will not allow the body to utilize the sugar or the glucose in the blood partially or completely. Now, how the term diabetes was evolved? It is evolved from a Greek word which means diabetes means siphon or pass through, whereas mellitus and insipidus are taken from the Latin word. Mellitus means honey or the sweet nature found in the urine, which confirms a person to be a diabetic. And insipidus is tasteless or a person passes large amount of urine. Pancreas, the organ situated behind the stomach. Paul Langerhans was the German scientist, was the first one to find islands of cells in those pancreas. And later, Banting and Best, the Canadian scientist, concluded that the beta cells in pancreas are responsible for secretion of insulin. Now, what is insulin? Insulin is a protein hormone which acts as a key to open the cell to let the glucose enter the cell. If this insulin does not open the cell, the glucose cannot enter the cells. So the glucose stays in the blood and the person is confirmed to be a diabetic. There are various types of diabetes, namely type 1, type 2 and type 3. Type 1 diabetes is otherwise called as insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. It is usually juvenile onset. It means the body autoimmune system thinks that the insulin is a foreign body and cannot be present in the body, and by its self-destructive mechanism it destroys those cells secreting insulin. So the person will be dependent of insulin. Whereas in type 2 diabetes, the person have enough insulin or inadequate insulin, maybe due to increased secretion of insulin in the earlier stages that will lead to inefficient or ineffective function of insulin. So the person is said to be non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. It is usually adult onset. The third one is gestational diabetes. It usually starts in the 24th week, where there is profuse weight gain of the mother for the fetus. So these women tend to become diabetic in their later 40s or 50s. Among 100% of women, we can find 5 to 10% of women, pregnant women, becoming diabetic. Now the symptoms of diabetic. The symptoms of diabetic are listed along with the letters. They spelled out as diabetes mellitus. D for drowsiness, I for itching, A for acute complication, B for blurred vision, E for excessive hunger, T for tiredness, and E for excessive thirst, and S for sugar in urine. And mellitus, the person may go to coma due to increased sugar in the blood or excessive urination, and L for loss of weight, L for leg cramps, I for infection in the skin and the urinary tract, T for tingling sensation, U for ulcers in the foot, and S for slow healing of cuts and wounds. If a person tends to find any of these 5 symptoms at the age of 35 or 40, it's better to go consult a doctor and go for medication. So type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes can be prevented. Type 1, it is very hard to maintain because it hard to very cure because it is juvenile onset. Whereas type 2 can be prevented with proper diet, and a person who is pregnant also can have a control over this diabetic. Now etiology. What are the causes for a person to become diabetic? The 5 causes are hereditary, sex, age, stress, and finally obesity. Once a person becomes obese, the person tends to develop diabetes or cardiovascular disorder. It is like a chain reaction. Due to obesity, the person becomes diabetic and later lead to cardiovascular disorder, or due to cardiovascular disorder, the person becomes diabetic. The ultimate reason is obesity. Now treatment for obesity. There are various treatments like diet, exercise, behavior, lifestyle modification, medical drugs and surgery. The last two are always not suggested because the above 3 treatments are easily handled by an individual. So what should we do? For treating an obese person, you should plan your plate in the Eat Well method with all the nutrients required for your height, weight and job. The work you are doing it. So with proper diet and medication and exercise, you can become a person free of obesity. We also suggest to include more of fiber in the food. More of fiber will aid in proper digestion and proper absorption, and that will not allow the fats to get deposited in the body, which will not lead to atherosclerosis or diabetic. And it also increases the bowel movement. So planning your food in a healthy way is for healthy living. Now these are some of the quotes that we know or commonly quote for an obese person. An inch increase in your waistline, a year less in your lifeline. And it is a humor, medical humor. They say that obesity doesn't run in the family. The problem is nobody runs in the family. This shows the less of physical activity in every individual or every family. And there are certain people who always say, I eat because I am depressed, and I am depressed because I eat. So to conclude, let us have the nutrition slogan of eat intelligently. So when you eat intelligently, you can prevent obesity and even the degenerative diseases like atherosclerosis and diabetes. So to conclude, a nutritious diet make you a smarter individual. Thank you.